Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here, and today I'm going to be explaining the entire storyline for the brand new EXO-Zombies Descent map that recently came out to Advanced Warfare as part of the last DLC map pack called Reckoning. Now the storyline is probably very basic in this map. It's very easy to understand. There's not much speculation needed to do. There's not many theories needed to do. It's very straightforward. So I'm going to be giving it to you guys in the simplest and most easy to understand way. So from this map we actually found out in Carrier, but basically Oz was the start of the infection. Atlas had been testing on him in some way, shape or form, and we don't know exactly what experiments they did on him, but they were testing on him and he's the host essentially. So wherever he goes, the infection follows him. He is the virus and essentially all the other zombies are created via him. He was the original zombie. He was actually there at Riot. Now if you didn't know, Riot was the first zombies map. It was an EXO survival bonus round. That's where the outbreak actually started of the EXO-Zombies outbreak, and actually Oz was there. He was actually a member of Sentinel, and because Atlas did tests on him, he was the start of the infection at Riot. However, Atlas then brainwashed him so he couldn't remember who he was, and he just thought he was an Atlas janitor, but that was not the case. So wherever he goes, as I said, the outbreak follows him. Now jumping further in time to the end of EXO-Zombies Carrier, moving on to EXO-Zombies Descent, essentially we know from EXO-Zombies Carrier that Oz started to turn into a zombie fully, due to him being shot by Lennox, and essentially over time he became a zombie, and at the end of Carrier the ship starts to explode and Oz falls through and ends up in a secret underwater Atlas facility. Here he actually continues to turn into a full-fledged zombie. The other four characters then follow from Carrier and go to this underwater facility to try and find Oz. Now they tried to find him to see if he had turned into a zombie. If so, they would have tried to kill him, and if not, they would have tried to rescue him. But we all know from playing EXO-Zombies Descent that he did in fact turn into a zombie. Now during the time on Descent, Oz started to turn more and more into a zombie, and over time as he became more and more a zombie, he did start to attack the characters. That's why around round 13 you actually face Oz himself as in a boss round. He actually takes control of the electricity and all of the computers on EXO-Zombies Descent to try and take out the characters, and he actually teleports them to Arena to where he actually fights them. Now the reason why he's able to actually take control of all the computers and the mainframe is because although Oz is practically almost fully a zombie, and that's why he's attacking the characters, he does have some sort of intelligence and conscious. Because he is the host zombie, he has more of a consciousness than the other characters. We're not sure why, but he just does. He's smarter than the other zombies, and he still can think for himself somewhat, although he can't control his actions towards the other characters. Now in the Easter egg on EXO-Zombies Descent, the four characters actually help Oz to gain control of Atlas's secret facility, all of the controls, all of the teleporters, things like that. However, he does use them to their disadvantage. So this is all very interesting. Now on a later round you actually end up fighting Oz for the second time around round 20, round 25 for a second boss battle. Now this second boss battle, Oz is now mutated into a huge zombie, and we're not entirely sure why he actually mutated. So either Atlas experimented on him and that's why he came back again as this massive mutated zombie, or possibly he was always meant to turn into this big zombie because he was the initial zombie. So as I was saying earlier, through the Easter egg you help Oz to gain control of the Atlas facility and all of the control panels and everything like that. Now at the end of the Easter egg you actually end up going into Oz's mind, and we find out lots of secrets about the EXO-Zombies storyline. Now we're not entirely sure why and how we actually end up in Oz's mind, whether it's just a conscious thing or whether they actually end up in Oz's mind, we're not entirely sure. But when we're actually in Oz's mind, we find out the reasoning behind Atlas creating Oz and experimenting on him and creating him as the first zombie who spreads the infection. The reason why they did this, why Atlas created the zombies via Oz, was actually because they had a cure for the zombie infection. So what they did is they created the zombies so then they could sell their cure and make money. That is the simplest way to explain it. So they created the zombies so that people would be forced into buying this cure, and then Atlas just made tons and tons of money via this cure. Now, we also know that the other three characters, apart from Lennox, we're talking about the other three characters, and also Oz, well, the other three characters will eventually turn into what Oz has become, into this massive, huge zombie, if they die. That's what will happen. So all four characters have the same genetic mutation in them, of which Atlas have actually tested on them. Now, for the outro cutscene for EXO-ZOMBIES Descent, we find out that the four characters went on to live out their lives after they actually killed Oz for the second time when he became this mutant zombie, this massive, huge zombie. Well, after they killed him, they all went on to live out their lives. For example, Lilith became a hacker, Decker went on to join Sentinel, Lennox got a promotion, and Khan sued Atlas. So we all thought this was a happy ending. Well, this was not the case. Instead, we find out that Atlas had secretly been cloning Oz, and in fact, they are ready to release all of these Oz's on the world. So we all know, obviously, as I was saying earlier, Oz spreads the infection. Wherever Oz is, the infection is also. So they've cloned all of these zombies for the infection to spread, so again, it's all for the money so they can sell this medicine and benefit off the cost. Now, at this point in the EXO-Zombies storyline in Descent, we know that the zombie infection is not worldwide. It's a very contained thing, and the zombie infection is only near Atlas facilities. In every EXO-Zombies map in Advanced Warfare, it's always been set either in an Atlas facility or near one, such as Burger Town. So we know it's not a worldwide thing. However, it seems if Atlas then go on to release all of these clones of Oz's, then in fact it will become a worldwide thing, and then they'll just benefit with lots and lots of money. So just an overall summary of the storyline: Atlas tested on Oz, they experimented with him with Manticore, they turned him into the original zombie. He was the one who created the infection, he was the one who started the zombies at Riot. Moving on further down the storyline to Carrier, where Oz is actually starting to turn into a zombie due to Lennox shooting him. He then falls through and ends up in a secret underwater facility, which is EXO-Zombies Descent. The other four characters then follow him to try and kill him or rescue him. You then fight Oz for a first time, as he has become a fully fledged zombie and has started to hack the mainframe of the facility due to the characters helping him via the Easter egg. After you've killed him, he comes back on a later round as a massive mutated zombie, either due to him being the original zombie or due to Atlas experimenting with him and mutating his cells again. After you kill him, the characters go on to live out their lives happily. However, we then find out that they have been cloning Oz's, and in fact, the zombie infection is about to go worldwide. That's a very basic summary of the storyline. Now I'm going to leave you guys with these quotes right here. These are the quotes you get for completing the Easter egg on EXO-Zombies Descent, and they give us more backstory to the storyline. They explain the four characters' backstory, they explain the bad things they've done, they explain about Oz and how he became the zombie, and they also explain about Atlas and creating this medicine. So I'm going to leave you guys with this quote from completing the Easter egg. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're around here for the latest and greatest Advanced Warfare and Christian news and content. So I'll let you guys enjoy. Hopefully this video has been informative, so enjoy the quote.
I'm the fucking monster in this story. It all begins and ends with me. I'm the reason we're all still alive. They want me, and they want you. You're one strand, one mutation away from becoming one of these things. You hear me?
Why haven't you changed like the others? That's the question.
Ha ha ha! They think you're the cure.
We're the cure, and you're the fucking disease, Oz.
Exactly, you got it. Supply and demand, baby. Supply and demand. I fucking hate those Atlas fucks.